Hello everyone and welcome to The Map, our first episode of the 2016 season, coming to you from the beautiful place to stand here at North Hobart Oval. My name is Brent Costello and it's a pleasure to be the host of this particular program, but I can't do it on my own. On my left is Aaron Cornelius, the coach of the Glenorchy Footy Club.
G'day Brent, how are you mate?
Going very nicely, thank you Ace. And on my right is Kane Richter, the coach of the Hobart City Demons. Welcome Kane.
How are you, Brent? It's fantastic to be here.
Great to have you along, mate. And it's fair to say it's been an enormous off-season for local football, but it's back, boys. You must be really excited.
Yeah, mate. Obviously a long pre-season, and everyone sort of gets itchy this time of year, and it's just great to have the game starting. AFL season starts as well, so something to watch on TV.
Kane, everyone's on the same level playing field at this time of the year, so you're all starting on 0 points, so it's an exciting time to be involved in footy.
It is exciting. It's sends the hairs on the back of your neck up, and around this time of year, and everyone's ready to get out and have a run around. And the clubs keep to themselves a little bit over the off season, and you don't sort of hear too much and keep pretty quiet. So it's exciting to see where everyone's at, and in the first couple of weeks, it's a good time in footy.
Aaron will address the elephant in the room straight away, mate. Unfortunately, on the wrong end of the grand final result last year. What's the message been at KG5 in the off-season?
Yeah, look, mate, obviously disappointing. We played it down every time you asked me last year, which was exactly how we approached it. So finally to get there and put ourselves in a position to sort of to be in there and on the last day, obviously that's an experience in itself. If we didn't get any experience out of it, then that's disappointing. So a lot of people say you'll lose one to win one, be in one to win one. So we sort of went with that mentality over the pre-season, improved ourselves, didn't change too much game plan. It really worked for us throughout the season. So obviously very disappointed in the end. It's something that everyone wants to win, everyone plays for. But hopefully it makes us even better, and we look forward to rectifying that on Saturday.
And Kane, new ground for you too, mate. You're the first year senior coach of Hobart City. You knocked Fev out of a job. We had him coaching here for a while last year. But how do you feel going into your first season as coach?
Yeah, no, really excited. And if Fev's out there, I apologise. And he's gone on to bigger and better things now though with the jungle stuff. So, but no, look, it's exciting times here at the Demons. We're trying to go in a bit of a new direction on and off the field, and the boys and the club have really bought into it so far. So it's been a fantastic pre-season, and it's exciting to get out there on Friday.
So on that, Kane, obviously a track for young coaches. Oh, I've lost my sheet here. Where'd it go? This one. Try again. So obviously, Kane, track for young coaches, even though you are older than me, mate. You hand out any team memos and they stick around, mate. Make sure the players take them home with them, otherwise opposing coaches might find out what's happening on the weekend.
Yeah, I reckon this is a bit of a stitch-up, guys. So I might have to have a word to the leadership group about this.
That's official. That's got the logo on it.
No, that was definitely printed by me. And the apparels boys for this week is make sure black slacks, Demons polo, and a hoodie if you need it. So stitch-up. Just quickly. Oh yeah, we'll go again. And another elephant in the room, if you like. Brent, how are you going with this the new pilot or the new show here without a monitor there to look at yourself? You're looking sharp.
Stitch up by the man behind the camera, Martin Duffy. Win News every night. We sit there, beautiful set, nice monitor to look at ourselves, but we've got no idea how we're looking at the moment. But hopefully it's all good.
Yeah.
Now, plenty happening in the off-season, as we mentioned. You guys have just come from the Royal Hobart Hospital, where you've looked after some sick kids. Kane, you've driven that. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, look, it was just an opportunity around promotion of our TSL players. Our players have a role other than just playing footy, and that's to invest in the community. And this time of year, along with Christmas, it's a time for friends, family, good food, a few Easter eggs here and there. But this week we saw an opportunity to get our TSL captains here in the south down to the children's ward at the Royal Hobart Hospital to hand out some Easter eggs and a footy and put some smiles on some kids' faces who are going through a bit of a rough trot. So AC was there and all the TSL captains as well.
Must apologise for the vision in that as well, because it was pretty ordinary, wasn't it? Man behind the camera.
Fantastic. I might move into that career actually, mate. But look, obviously filmed on a smaller camera. But look, as Kane says, it's all about family and friends at this time of the year, and the hospital brought back a few memories, mate. It's not a nice place to be So there's some little kids in there, and I can certainly see that there's smiles on their face after we left. So that's all it's all about. And obviously, as we said before, mate, it's getting people back to the footy. So great initiative by Kane, and hopefully we see more of that stuff.
Just quickly, that's a good segue. How's the knee? Because you did spend a lot of time in the Royal Albert Hospital a couple of years ago. How are you going?
Yeah, look, mate, going well. Obviously, I probably would have liked to have been this stage 2 years ago. I just had an ACL operation, so look, it's going well, mate. As long as it's not cold, I'm going pretty well. But it gets pretty stiff and sore, and obviously, I think for the first time in 2 years, probably Monday night, mate, I really struggled because I just want to play. So it was great to see the guys. They're all up and about, and I'm sure for the rest of my life, this time of the year will be hard.
We'll see some more interviews from the hospital visit coming up in the show a little later. But let's get into it. Round 1 of the TSL season. We're very excited. It's Speak Up, Stay Chatty round. A wonderful cause, guys. Speak Up, Stay Chatty.
Fantastic initiative, mate, by Mitch. He's really driven that through and used the TSL as a vehicle to obviously promote awareness on their situations. And as he says in his speaks, it's a lot harder to sort of open up, and hopefully some guys that are in any football club throughout Tasmania, whether it be any level, that through this channel, mate, they can openly speak, and we can stop their sort of thing. So great thing, and the more stuff we have around footy, the better from my point of view. So looking forward to this weekend.
And Kane,
again, it's a chance for our clubs to realise their role in the community too. So making sure that we create awareness around this sort of stuff. So yesterday there was an ambassador program that all the clubs have a Speak Up, Stay Chatty ambassador, which is a fantastic initiative. And I think going forward it's a really good spot.
We caught up with Mitch McPherson. Here's what he had to say.
Rightio, so we're here with Mitch, the founder of the Speak Up, Stay Chatty Foundation, on his thoughts around TSL Round 1 Stay Chatty round. Mate, just a brief history on the event.
Yeah, so we did it last year for the first time. It was pretty late notice that we did it last year, so had plenty of time to organise it for this year. And it's just a great way to acknowledge our partnership with AFL Tas and gain some further awareness throughout all the clubs. Some sides are wearing socks. A little bit of money will be raised, and we'll certainly have an appearance at the Southern Games as well.
Yeah, so that was led into my next question, mate. The spectators, so obviously they'll see the socks. So, for example, Glenorchy obviously wearing blue ones and Lorddale wearing red ones. What else will we see on the day that's involved in the charity?
Yeah, so we will have a stall both games down here in the south selling our new Stay Chatty clothing. We'll also have plenty of our merchandise and hats, and we'll just be getting around the ground with some tins, and so if people want to throw some money in, but certainly giving away stickers, wristbands, those types of things, and just having a bit of a presence. Yep,
so for tomorrow's Good Friday game, who's got what colour socks, mate, can we look out for?
Tomorrow Hobart are in the red and Kingston are in the blue, so they should stand out nicely for those boys, so keep an eye out for that.
And just a quick tip on tomorrow, mate?
I'm actually predicting Kingston to get up. Don't know why, but I just got a feeling that they'll have a much better year, and I'm on them tomorrow.
Yep. And last one, mate. How do we find out more about Stay Chatty just in the general public?
Yeah, Facebook, Speak Up, Stay Chatty, but also our website www.staychatty.com.au. Always plenty going on, so you can always support us in a numerous amount of ways.
That's Mitch McPherson from Speak Up, Stay Chatty talking to us here on the map. Let's get into the first game, which involves your mob, Kane. Hobart City taking on the Tigers. Big Good Friday clash, mate. What's it like playing Good Friday? It must be awesome.
Yeah, it's good. We played down at Tigers last year, and I think there was about 2,000 people there on the day, and it was a great sort of vibe and fantastic energy. You're not competing with any other sporting events or any AFL games. It should be a big crowd here at the home of footy, North Hobart Oval.
3 and zip you had them last year too, I think, so they owe you one, don't they?
They do owe us one. We had a few close ones last year, so it'll be interesting, going how they've improved over the pre-season. They've got a few outs, but I think Adam Henley's got them really, really fit over the pre-season.
AC, let's look at the Tigers. They've lost a couple of big players in Kieran Lovell and Mackenzie Willis to the AFL, and Stuart Donnelly's gone as well, so that will sting them a little bit, won't it?
Yeah, look, obviously, as a coach, you'd be disappointed for those guys to leave your program as far as playing ability goes, but great opportunity for those guys to move on. Obviously, the two guys that got drafted will experience something that they'll never again in their lives, and be able to tell people about it once they come back. So great for them. Hopefully, we see them running out there in the AFL arenas. But for Kingston, as Kane's alluded to, mate, it's great to see them improve over the last few years, and we'll see what stage they are at Friday. So they've developed a group. They haven't really made too many big recruits. Marcus Davies is a great inclusion to their football club, but they'll build their players, and it's going to be a great clash on Friday.
They've got Holton in. He might be a key target up forward for them, and those young running players that they've got.
Who are you playing him, mate, this weekend?
We've got Tim Lewinsky. He'll play on him.
Yep.
Speaking of key forwards, Kane, you lost Julian DeBoz in the off-season, but great opportunity for him to go to the VFL.
Yeah, look, I mean, we're not going to hold back a player that wants to go and better his football experience, in the hope that one day he comes back and adds to our program here in Tassie and here at the Demons. So, along with Dwayne Boson and Brad Joseph up forward, we've lost a key chunk of our forward line, but what that does is it creates unpredictability around how we go forward, and not only to the opposition but also to us. We're not focused on kicking to Julian DeBoz all the time. So, yeah.
Looking forward to the big Good Friday clash. We spoke to two of the boys at the hospital a little earlier today, Tim Peterson and Hugh Williams.
So, Timmy, Royal Hobart Hospital, how was the feel up there with the kids?
Yeah, really positive, mate. I think they really enjoyed having us along, and I think we really enjoyed it as well, so it works both ways.
Yeah, preparation for you and your family stuff. Did you get any tips up there? Or
yeah, we're 6 weeks away from having our first little boy, so it's good to get a feel for the hospital. I'm sure I'm going to spend a bit of time there soon.
Nice. And round one this week, home of footy, North Hobart Oval against the Demons. How are you shaping up?
Yeah, it should be a cracker. Weather's supposed to be good, nice ground, should be a big crowd hopefully, and it should be a really good game. Two pretty evenly matched sides, and had some good battles in the past, so it should be a great game.
Any injuries that you can report?
None that I can report. No, we're all fit and firing, mate, all ready to go, so even if we did, I wouldn't care.
Nice work, Timmy. Thanks so much.
First question's got to be, Sean,
Righto.
how many good games out of 100 have you played here?
Righto. 100th game this week, Huey. Excited?
Yeah, it should be good, mate. Obviously, good milestone, and get the win, look back on it when it finished.
And reappointed as captain this year. How are the boys travelling over the pre-season?
Yeah, I think we've had a really good pre-season. I think we've obviously been challenged by the coach in certain areas, and fitness and strength has been a real area of improvement. So, yeah, I think you'll see improvements there from us.
And round one against Kingston, or against the Tigers, sorry. How are we shaping up against them?
Yeah, I think we're shaping up really well. I think we'll go in really confident that we play our best footy, that we'll win. So.
Any injuries to report?
There's been a few injuries for the boys, but we'll go in with 22 fit guys. So.
And just one for everyone at home. Are those your ears, or what are we working with there?
Yeah, just enhanced, mate. Surgery, got quick surgery up there. So.
Right, and up at the hospital, how did you go up there, mate?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see some kids happier when we left than when we first saw them. So it's good.
Nice.
Hugh Williams and Tim Peterson there from Hobart City and the Tigers. AC, North Hobart, we walked across it before, just unbelievable. Kane sees it every day, but for you and I that don't come here as regularly, it's just unreal.
Yeah, look, mate, the ground's in fantastic. I think they obviously levelled it out and put some new grass down, but not only that, mate, as we said before, it's a spiritual home of football in Tasmania, and look, the last time I played on here was a grand final, so those are the memories that you carry with it, but it's in an incredible nick at the moment, and I'm sure the guys are looking forward to getting out there this weekend.
Get along, everyone. It will be enormous. Good Friday here at North Hobart Oval. The Tigers taking on Hobart City. Let's move on to the next game. It's also a Good Friday clash in Launceston at Aurora Stadium. A nighttime game. Lonnie taking on the reigning premiers, North Launceston. How much do you hate North Launceston, Ace?
Oh, I don't hate them, mate. I don't hate anyone. They were better on the day, but look, we only lost by 12 points, mate. So, yeah, look, we had plenty of opportunities. Kicked 1 goal 9 in the third quarter. So, I don't dislike them, mate. They did a very good job. But just a quick one to you guys. Obviously, there's been some questions on some night games. It's great to see some variety in the rostering this season for the TSL. What are your thoughts on the night games?
Well, we personally love night games here at North Hobart. It gives a different dimension to footy here in Tassie, and I think the more that we can change up the roster and add different games in and different times, I think it just adds a new dimension.
So the Blues and Bombers, Kane, there's been some big losses for the reigning premiers. Can you talk us through those?
Yeah, some key losses for their older guys. Peterwood, O'Sign, Holland, who got the best on ground
It's
medal.
the third time I've heard that, mate. Let's get this take right.
He tore you up though, to be fair.
Yeah, look, he did. He had a great game, but let's move on.
Some key ins with regards to Bennett and a few others. They got some American basketballer apparently. The rumour is.
That's the rumour going around. I'm yet to hear who exactly it is, but yeah.
Is that another one of your scoops, Brent?
No. I was just a little on the grapevine.
Righto.
I haven't run with it yet.
No, but they should be good. They've got a good junior program, and Zane's spent some time over in Essendon, and so it'll be interesting to see how he's got their group going.
What about the Blues AC? Obviously, Sam Monaghan was supposed to coach them this year, but was involved with the Essendon supplement saga. Won't be at the helm. Has that disrupted them, do you think, heading into round one?
Yeah, look, obviously it was great news for Launceston to get him back. Obviously played his football there before moving into state and having a go at the AFL. So would have been implementing a lot of stuff as far as professionalism, game plan. So they would have been on a big high after that, and then very disappointing to hear the news that they got. So look, it's an interesting pre-season. I don't think it would disrupt them too much. Don't quote me on how long they were out without a coach. I'm not sure. Maybe you know that one, but
not too long. It was pretty
soon. Yeah, look, I don't know. I don't know how much it'll affect them, but I think personally in game one against the reigning premiers with that sort of news through a turbulent pre-season, I think they're going to be very hard to beat. So look, I don't know whether they'll be playing the certain game style. They may have learnt two in 1 year in one pre-season. So look, we don't know, as you said before. So another exciting game.
I feel like I want to get your tips, boys, but we've got Big Bull Baker coming up later in the show, so we'll leave that for the expert to do that. We'll push on to Game 3, which is your club, AC. Glenorchy taking on Lauderdale. What a way to start the season. A blockbuster down there at the tip.
Yeah, look, mate, it's a blockbuster game. Obviously, one of the big rivalries in the south. So they stopped their run, mate, last year down there. So a bit of unfinished business, but they're going to come out very hard. They've had again, as you said, everyone's had a good pre-season. Everyone says that by this time, but look, we're hoping to go down there and start off our year with a win. So having said that, it's not easy to do going down there. They're a very good team at home. So great test for round one, and we look forward to the challenge.
Breaking news too, exclusive to the map. Kane, you'll be thrilled about this. There's a coach's box, but actually you won't need it. You'll be out in the field, but there's another coach's box at Lauderdale Oval now. Can you believe it? Jock McGregor would be happy.
He would be extremely happy. You won't have to stand in the ute. But no, look, it's breaking news, and Ace, you get the opportunity to be in there first. How's it going to go?
Look, mate, I just want to know, am I allowed to throw fists around there like Windy? That's all I want to know.
More breaking news. Darren Winter has told me exclusively as well that he will be having the window shut this year in the coach's box. So he's been told. And that'll be all closed up. So there you go.
Nice.
Just it's a positive for the league, mate. Obviously, the facilities and it's something that we need to make sure all clubs have got to attract people down into play. So great that they've got it. Obviously coaching out of the back of the ute was very rural football, but look, it's obviously that they've been criticised on that and they've made the improvement. So those sort of things are good. And as you say, it's a great test to go down there, and I actually don't mind going down there to play. It's it's another great local football team.
Let's quickly go through the ins and outs because I'm getting the wind up here from the floor manager. Kane, you want to take us through Lauderdale's ins and outs?
Yeah, Lauderdale have lost a few. The Holton boys and a key on baller in Alex Heavey, who came off the wing and racked up the possessions in a lot of the games last year. So that'll be a little bit of a challenge for them. But they got a pretty big in with Sam Siggins, which is he's a great person. He's got a good head on his shoulders and spent a bit of time at the higher level. So it'll be interesting to see how Windy's got the young group and how they go.
I see you've got a couple of losses yourself. Luke Harry Potter's gone, and among a few others.
Yeah, look, obviously Lukey's gone. I'm going to say Harry myself, but yeah, Luke Potter's gone from our grand final team. Big Cam Brown's back to playing Chargers basketball, and Mitch Rainbird has gone for a stint at Neefle. So
was that a package deal with Sean Young to get him up there to the Neefle?
I don't know, man. I don't know. So look, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think Sydney Swans are very interested in him. So a smart move by Mitch to move so he's close to that. Having said that, mate, we had some really positive recruits throughout the off season in Caden Wilson with final experience, and he's been away doing some coaching. And Big Mitch Hills has made the trek down each week.
Have we signed him yet? We haven't signed him for weeks after he was with the club.
Yeah, look, obviously we're still in negotiations with that. That's out of my hands at this stage, mate. But
so you haven't signed him?
Hopefully.
Is he going to play Saturday?
He'll play Saturday.
But he might be a signed player.
Look, I don't know. Oh, look, Mitch Hills has been travelling down. He's made the commitment. As far as the administrational side of that, he'll play round 1, but it's out of my hands at the moment. And again, Clinton French has I think he played in the last 4 NEAFL premierships, the grand final, sorry, not premierships, and played in 1 or 2. So great, some more experience, some older guys, which we wanted to include in our group, and hopefully they all come out and be able to make an impact.
Just on Hills quickly, how many games is he going to play, Ace? He's over, helping out with the Mariners program, so how many games will he roughly play for the year?
You figuring that out when we play you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work some game plan stuff there.
Round 6, mate, make sure you got a big weapon, because Big Hills, Hills is, we basically got to treat him like a Mariner, since he's involved in the program, so that's actually all changed around. It's not as interrupted, so they'll go off for a period, they'll play rounds 1 and 2, and they'll go away and do their Mariner duties and come back. So again, we've got a few Mariners in there, and Harry Pearce, Harrison Gunther, Will Atkin, Big Hillsy, and Liam Smith. So it's a fantastic opportunity for them, but great when they all come back. So round 6, mate, you can go on the ruck.
Looking forward to it.
Let's push on to the last game of the round. It's the big coastal derby up on the northwest coast. Burnie versus Devonport. These two teams hate each other's guts, don't they?
Oh, look, mate, all eyes lead to the coast this weekend. I think this is a game of the round from my point of view. There's been some big comments come out of both camps as far as they're up and about, and we all know that. Burnie are a big, mature-bodied side, and Mitchy Thorpe's obviously got a track record of being able to coach premierships, so I'm sure he's done a great job up there. So for everyone, I think if you're on the coast and you want to see a bit of footy this weekend, that'll be a fantastic game to go and watch.
Thorpe's almost a new recruit this year for the Magpies, Kane. I guess he only played 9 games last year, I think, so to have him back full time, hopefully, that'll be a big boost.
Yeah, and he's singing his own praises at the moment. He's kicked a few goals and a few bags in the pre-season matches. So he's looking fit and strong, and his ankle's pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see how he's got the crew going. There's some big ins and outs for both teams, and it'll be. I agree with Ace. It's probably the match of the round.
Joby Harper, big recruit for Burnie over the off season.
Yeah, look, big recruit, but not going to play in the ruck, Brent. So I think maybe one for mine is looking to who does the rucking for them this year. Jason Laycock, a fantastic player for that club. Finals experience. Obviously, he's gone down to Signet now, so great for them, obviously. But mine will be watching who does the rucking. Joby Harper, great inclusion, but they have got a lot of midfielders from Wynyard as well, which is Murphy and Zach Smith. So look, yeah, watching closely on those guys, mate.
We alluded to it before, but so we're going to go to the big man himself now, Gary Bull Baker, who has given us his tips for this round, and there might be a few that surprise you.
Rightio, here we are at the world famous Rockwall Bar and Grill with the big Bull Baker on 2016 TSL tips. So Bull, first game, Hobart City Demons versus the Kingborough Tigers at North Hobart Oval. Mate, your tips.
Mate, what a game this is going to be, and I can't believe that the season's come around so quick, mate, but I think the young Tigers might get over the Demons, even though I'm a Demon at heart, as you know. But I think losing to Bozzy, their big forward, I'm not sure that they'll have anyone to kick goals, and the young Tigers apparently are running ragged at the moment, so I'm going for the Tigers.
Rightio, so the next game up north at Aurora Stadium is North Launceston versus Launceston. A few outs for the North Launceston Football Club. Your tips, Bull?
Well, I've got to go for North, mate. I think, their form over the last couple of years has been terrific. I'm not sure how the coaching situation is going to go at Launceston. They might take a few weeks to get into that, so I'm going for North Launceston.
Rightio, so one of the big games down here on the south on the Saturday is Glenorchy versus Lauderdale down at Lauderdale Recreational Oval at 2 p.m.
What a game this is going to be. I think the weather should be pretty good, mate. It's a pity you weren't there to take those big grabs, mate, but I know you got a few boys. I went out and watched you train the other night, and I'm going the Pies.
Rightio, so hot pies from Bull. And the last game is a big derby on the coast, Burnie versus Devonport.
Well, what a game this is going to be. The unknown Burnie, they're tipped to win the flag this year. I don't think that you'd be happy with that, but anyway, it's great to be the underdog. Devonport, they've recruited young John Richmond's young boy. What a great pickup he'll be, young Ben. I'm going for Devonport in a turn-up.
So there it is, Bull Baker's tip for round 1 of the 2016 TSL season.
There he is, the great man Gary Bull Baker, who we'll hopefully hear from every week with his tips for the round of TSL. Boys, that's it. That's the Map first episode done and dusted. All the best to your teams over the weekend.
Fantastic, mate. Exciting. More access to TSL footy, the better. So look forward to being here every week with you, mate, and obviously pumping local footy, not only just the TSL, but SFL and Oz guys, NTWFL. So look, more local footy we see, the better.
Okay, anything to add?
Yeah, no, look, just a fantastic opportunity to get the TSL on the map, if you like, and create an opportunity for people to come and watch the footy and get engaged.
That's it from all of us here at the Place to Stand. Actually came before we go. It's unusual to see you in here with your top on.
Yeah, that's another stitch up, Brent. A few people saw me running around last night, bashing a few people, but no, look, it's, I have a top on tonight.
Had the lights changed, I heard.
Had the lights changed?
Yeah, had the lights changed. Bit of a tan.
Yeah.
That is the map for this week. Round 1, of course, of the TSL. We'll be back next week to wrap up the first round and preview round 2. See you then.